So I feel like every year the IQ of Twitter overall has just been getting lower and lower and lower, to the point where people are now donating money to causes that don't really need money. These 3 fundraisers I'm going to talk about in this video seriously make crypto bros seem like financial geniuses, because at least they're getting a PNG out of their purchase. I don't know what you get out of donating to somebody who sung a Hitler song, somebody who called an autistic black 5-year-old the N-word, or Denim's trying to fundraise a lawsuit against Ethan Klein, when the alleged defamation she's filing a lawsuit against derives from a live stream that she herself deleted. Let's talk about this one first. So, this is part of the whole Ethan Klein versus iDubbbz, Hassan Piker and co. drama that got so big and heated that it got Ian, aka iDubbbz, to revive his Content Cop series, which had not had a new upload since 2017. And this was a very beloved and missed series, so it resulted in a big resurgence of viewership for him, which then subsequently got eyes on the follow-up Content Deputy video by iDubbbz, in which he shared more in depth the feud specifically between Ethan Klein and Denims, which after Ethan responding to that inspired Denims to make this GoFundMe. But the actual incident that happened is from March 1st of this year, where Denims reacted to another YouTuber who made false claims about the condition and well-being of the household where Ethan has 3 young sons, based on some comments Ethan made on his podcast about having some poop trouble with their youngest son, but nothing severe enough to have CPS called on them, which is what ended up happening when an anonymous viewer decided to call Child Protective Services. Ethan points to Denims watching the video of the YouTuber making false claims about Ethan and the state of his household as being a factor that led someone to calling CPS on them, whereas Denims and iDubbbz argue that the source would be a viewer of the H3 stream where Ethan made the comments. But that wouldn't really make sense, since the comments were only made to be implied that they were severe once the middleman streamer called Bad Empanada amplified those comments from Ethan into a claim worth calling CPS on, in the eyes of this anonymous viewer. So because Ethan attributes Denims as being an influence over the anonymous person who ended up calling CPS, Denims is calling that defamation and using that to propose this lawsuit. In this legal cease and desist letter, Ethan Klein got his lawyer to make a response letter which pointed out that she actually deleted evidence that is important to the claim she's making, that being her live stream where she reacted to Bad Empanada, which is what Ethan is allegedly defaming her over. So without that evidence, you don't really have a case. It's pretty silly. So a few days after that live stream from Ethan happened, Denims ends up closing her GoFundMe and tweeting out, 1 week, 1,692 donations, and $46,000 later, I'm refunding the GoFundMe. If/when I go forward as a plaintiff, I will be self-funded. Thank you to everyone for proving Ethan wrong. His behavior is unacceptable and people do care. So she still might do the lawsuit, but she'll do it self-funded. So she could have done it self-funded the whole time, yet she still asked for money on a GoFundMe. I don't know. I feel like that's always kind of slimy to do. Like, if you can afford it, you shouldn't be trying to crowdfund money from other people. Just use your own money for your own decisions, right? It just seems super silly. Anyways, continuing with her tweet, she says, proceeding with a defamation suit against Ethan is a monumental undertaking. His suit with Kavanaugh started almost 4 years ago and is still ongoing. I don't want to fundraise to start a fight that I can't finish, and I feel like I've let down those who have donated. With that in mind, if this is a journey I wish to undertake, I'll be doing it with my own funds. I'll be keeping all of you posted if anything happens, while the statute of limitation runs for the next year, and I'll be elaborating on stream Friday. I appreciate all of you for your support. It means much more than you know. This whole lawsuit is so silly and first world problems to like the biggest degree. It's literally a defamation lawsuit over pointing like who's to blame for being the catalytic influence over some anonymous person making a fraudulent CPS call to Ethan Klein. If there were any type of lawsuit around the person who made the call, that would would make sense. But once it goes beyond the initial person to try and point at who influenced them the most, it gets more into the territory of, as a creator, I need to be more responsible for what I'm putting out there to my audience. I spread false rumors about this person. I should make a public apology, a private apology, take accountability, rather than starting a legal lawsuit against them and crowdfunding for it. Pretty sure people's time, money, and resources could all be put to more productive things than settling a squabble between two people who can self-admittedly afford their own lawsuits, with one of them using crowdfunding despite not needing to, and then to like put your money to fundraise towards that. Like, guys, how drama-brained are you? Like, let's pull back, see what's happening, and be like, oh my god, wait, maybe I don't want to give money to someone who self-admittedly said they don't need your money to fund their lawsuit. Especially in this economy, guys, seriously, hang on to your money, unless it's a super thanks under this video, then that's okay, but nothing else, nothing else. And definitely not toward a fundraiser to help protect the family of a mother who called an autistic black 5-year-old the N-word. And it has raised over $775,000 US as of this recording. Oh my god. So first, let me show you the clip that surrounds this whole fundraiser.
What the fuck are you talking
Did you
about?
call the word?
It's your fucking business.
It is not business. You call him an Okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again?
Fuck you, Nick.
Alright, that's what you say.
You don't go digging through people's shit, you dumb fuck.
Nobody dig into your shit.
A little fucking kid just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him a little child?
What if he acts like one is gonna...
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child 5-year-old the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's what you're gonna call him.
like. That's what he's gonna act like.
You know, that's a hate speech. And you can be recorded for that.
I don't give a shit.
Huh.
Fuck off.
Okay, we'll see about that, what the internet has to say about you.
Alright, so that's what she did. This is what the GoFundMe says. Help me protect my family. Hello, my name is Shiloh, and I have been put into a very dire situation. Recently, I had a kid steal from my 18-month-old son's diaper bag at the park. I called the kid out for what he was, aka the N-word, N-I-G-G-E-R. I don't know why she omitted that part, but continuing on, she says, another man, who we recently found out had a history with law enforcement, proceeded to record me and follow me to my car. He then posted these videos online, which has caused my family and myself great turmoil. So we are now asking for $1 million. And their justification of this cost is them getting their phone leaked, their address leaked, getting harassed in public now, and wanting to relocate to get away from it potentially. Which all could have been avoided if you didn't call someone else's black child a racial slur. And then when you know someone is filming you to confront you about it, instead of apologizing, you double down, completely justify it, and tell him to fuck himself. All while knowing you're being recorded. That is just one of the most arrogant things you could do. So unfortunately, some bad people might have some extreme reactions to that. But the fact that people recognize you from that video where you acted shitty is kind of on you for being the one to act shitty in the first place. And with this being such an online thing, like where would you even relocate to be safe from people who recognize you as the woman who is fundraising $1 million after calling a black kid the N-word? Maybe that's why she needs so much money, because she's moving all the way to China where nobody saw her video. But man, the audacity to do this, and then also the amount of support she's getting is utterly insane. That is a lot of money to raise. The updates are so stupid too. The past week has been very stressful and complicated. We constantly have been on the go, all whilst attempting to remain unseen. My children are handling things fairly well. Their father and I are trying to make this situation as fun and as stable as possible. We continue to receive harmful threats, but I am confident that we are taking the proper steps in order to remain safe. I refuse to let any harm come to my family. This fundraiser has been truly life-changing. It gives me hope one minute and overwhelming panic the next. The not knowing of the future can leave a pit in one's stomach. With that being said, I am glad to announce that we have started receiving our funds. We have a wonderful support team on our side who has been working day in and day out to give us their guidance. Wow, day in and day out. Well, I think I could give you all the guidance you need in just one day, which is, don't say the word! But without their help, your donations And the folks from GiveSendGo, which is the GoFundMe alternative website they're using for this, we would have been lost in the dark. Amazing things can happen when minded individuals work together. We have just proven how powerful and great we are. Keep standing up for what is right. Thank you. And we know her beliefs. What is right is being able to call little kids of different races inferior to your own through the use of slurs. It's just crazy that this is even a point of contention among anybody, let alone to the tune of over $700,000. She is such a loser. And what really cements it for me is just the whole victimization. Like in the update before this one, you have her saying things like, such a strange feeling to be living in a blissful dream and a nightmare simultaneously. And I am still very frightened and don't think I will feel safe until we can escape completely. What? Escape 2025 President Donald Trump's America? As white people who got caught saying the N-word. Really? That's where you need to escape from right now? Okay. And then we have to keep fighting for the safety of all our families, not just mine. What does that actually mean? Like, are there other mothers who are like holding back saying the N-word to like any black kid who happens to be a mild inconvenience to them? Like, what is going on here? Is there like some deep secret group of wealthy white people who are donating to this in order to one day be allowed to say the N-word to black people without any social backlash? Is that really the type of freedom of speech that needs to be protected at all costs to the tune of $700,000? Really? Really? Maybe don't shit on people for their race or find another way to call them stupid that isn't racial. Vocabulary is vast. There's many words out there to be used in whatever situation you deem fit, but if you use a bad one, you're gonna look like a bad guy. But for Shiloh, that's like living in a blissful dream and a nightmare simultaneously. Oh, I really need to say it, but oh man, I live in a society that's holding me back from just calling them one little word that's like, holy shit, who gives a fuck? Even if you are racist, come up with a new slur that's like, I don't know, maybe that's bad advice. No, don't take that advice, but like, come on. It's one word, you fucking snowflake. Anyway. Some of the donations are even crazier though. Brendix on Twitter made a joke related to a recent Trump interview and asked if she had MS-13 on her knuckles, which then got someone from the fundraiser who donated to say, report Brendix on Twitter. And there's also some other ones like, white patience is over and stupid cotton pickers. Wes responds by saying, white patience is over is killing me. Someone else says, white patience is over. Like they gonna do anything but retweet libs of TikTok and type some slurs online. Softest master race ever. But then we have some people who are supporting Shiloh, like eBloodsports who says, shockingly, black people say that word every day for free. One white woman says it, and everyone loses their minds. It's almost like we shouldn't have forbidden words. And then we have MK Ultra Money responding to someone making fun of the GoFundMe and says with a super shadow profile picture, blocked for counter-signaling and being pro-Troon. Which, sir, as someone who owns the YouTube channel with the handle Sonic Adventure 2, I am going to invoke my non-existent copyright privileges and have to ask you to stop using Shadow the Hedgehog in your profile picture because he is not to be used to spit such foul rhetoric. In fact, I'd rather hear what a crypto bro has to say. Like Gino the Ghost, who says, trash-ass woman calls a 5-year-old child the N-word with a hard R, goes viral, and starts a Temu GoFundMe, quickly raises $250K from other racist losers. She just raised her goal to 1 million and is at 440K. The dumb stealing from the dumbest in defense of racism. And this is a crypto bro saying this. The dumb stealing from the dumbest. That's what we said about them. And now we have people on Twitter that are just eclipsing them in monetary stupidity. That's what I mean when I feel like Twitter is getting dumber and dumber. We had crypto bros in 2021 and 2022, and we thought that was like the dumbest you could be. But now we have people literally just giving their money away to racists who are playing victim again because they decided to post a video of them singing a brand new Kanye song innocently. You know, as one does, and captions it by saying, well, I'll just let the video speak for itself.
She reaching down in her hands. She got the world in her hands.
Yeah, what world are we living in? I don't know. It's weird. So for those of you who don't know, Kanye West recently released a brand new song titled Hail Hitler as part of his new album called Cuck. And in this song, he talks about trying to get his kids back.
Man, these people took my kid.
It's simultaneously one of the most, like, frighteningly racist but also hilarious videos at the same time, just because, like, he's auto-tuned singing about wanting to get his kids back, and then he's just immediately proving why he shouldn't. But for people like Mike and Taylor on Twitter, they liked it because it reflected their views, as you could easily see by spending a minute or two on either of their profiles. But now they are doing a GoFundMe on the website GiveSendGo, just like Shiloh. And their reasoning is because they have received multiple death threats and their personal information has been spread everywhere online. I don't really know what the extent of that is. Obviously that's horrible, but what you were posting online was pretty horrible as well. And even that aside, like, you don't need $88,000 because you got some death threats and personal information leaked. Then I deserve 88K. Wait, can I have 88K? That's been happening to me over the past couple months or so. Maybe I should just say fuck it like Kanye did and start singing about Hitler. Wow, I think that would actually save my career. So if you don't want me to go down the alt-right pipeline, be sure to subscribe and to like the video, or else my potential future right-wing extremist rhetoric will be blood on your hands, just like it's blood on iDubbbz's hands for everybody saying slurs in 2016. But anyway, that's enough for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, and I hope to see you in the next video.